So I think, first of all, I think we need to understand the technology, and I think we need to understand the opportunities it provides to do our job better. But what I also think is that there's a tendency that we fall in love with the technology itself, and we focus on the technology, and I think we need to remember to zoom out and look at the value that we can create. So it's not really about the technology. The technology is a channel, it's a tool, but it's always about what is the impact that we want to have, what is the value that we want to create, and I think sometimes we get lost in the in the savviness of the technology, and I think that's really dangerous. So I think there's a tendency that the public debate and the debate on social media and traditional media and the public debate in general is more and more driven towards emotional stuff, right? So it's the emotional content that kind of gets a lot of attention. It's the emotional content that we click on, that we talk about. And so when you're a company and you have a lot of more fact-based approach, it sometimes gets very difficult to be part of that conversation. Yeah, so I think everybody has a responsibility to talk about the ethics of all these new technologies. So all of the data that we collect from people, how do we store it? What do we do with it? Who do we share it with? And what kind of opportunity do we give people to have own decision-making power in terms of what are the data that they want to give to you? So I think that conversation needs to happen in every company, needs to happen in the society, and I think everybody has a role to play in it. But I think especially communications people need to start that conversation in companies, but you can't do it without legal. You need to have IT, you need to have business development in the companies, and from a societal perspective you need the regulators, but you need the companies, you need consumer advocacy groups. So I really think it's a big theme that everybody needs to get engaged in. So I think the EACD is a very important organization. I really enjoy the events that I go to. You always meet a lot of great people who have different perspectives on things. But I think as an association, it also plays an important role in continuing developing the communications field and us as a discipline. So I really, really highly recommend EACD, and I encourage everybody to take part of the conversation.